All right, so these are two different books from Artscow. Now, the reason why I have two books here, it's a little bit complicated. Essentially, when I first contacted Artscow, I was talking to them about getting a book done for this particular project. While I was working on this project, I decided to go ahead and actually use them for a completely different project, which was just a personal project. I wanted to get some books done up for the holiday season for Christmas, and so I got these little. I think that they're 8 by 8 is this book size here. So I got these books printed up. Now there's a couple things that kind of made me a little bit grumpy about Artscow in relation to this particular project, and I'll just explain it briefly because it does impact this book. Artscow is based out of Hong Kong. What they do is they send out coupons, and they have these promotions where they say, you know, you can get 8, like for instance, I was going to get 8 copies of this book for free, right? Wow, sounds like a great promotion. Well, the devil's kind of in the details, right? What they do is they charge shipping per book with no upper limit. So to get 8 of these really, you know, fairly small and thin books shipped to me, the shipping ended up being something like $60 or $70 in shipping. And then there was also an additional charge per book because I think I wanted it was like, I think it was 20 pages or something, but the software forced me to make it be 24 pages. Anyway, I was a little bit grumpy about that, but I thought, well, you know, whatever. Getting 8 books for basically under $100, that's actually like a pretty good deal. Well, then the book showed up, and the print quality on this particular book was really, really bad. Now, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera here, but essentially, there's lines in this. This looks like it came off of a laser printer. I mean, I was really, really disappointed with the print quality. And again, if this doesn't show up in the HD video, you're just gonna have to trust me. All throughout every single page, it's lines, lines, lines. And so, like I said, it looks like it came off of a laser printer. And so I was pretty grumpy, frankly, when I got these books. I was so unimpressed with the print quality that I almost didn't give them to my family members at Christmas time because I was so just upset at the print quality. But not everyone's quite as picky as me, and the average person that, you know, picks up a book like this, they will see adorable pictures of a baby and they're not really going to look super close at the print quality. But here, just as an example, if you look at this, you can see that there's a thin white line at the bottom here. It's thin on the left and it progressively gets thicker and thicker as you move over to the right. That's just really shoddy printing. So overall, and then, you know, insult to injury, right? There's a stupid barcode on the back. So overall, I was really unimpressed with this particular book from Artscow. But I did, of course, want to get one of their bigger books, and I wanted to get something that was based on the same photos that I had actually sent them for this other project. Now, I did not want to redesign the baby book project for the, you know, 3rd or 4th time again. So what I did instead was I got a 12 by 12 inch book. So this is a really, I mean, this is like a really cool size of books. 12 by 12 is more like a typical scrapbooker size. So I got the 12 by 12 thing printed. What I did was I used a lot of the same pictures that I did use in the baby book, but of course I used you know, some updated ones because I got this printed, I think, in January or something like that. So let's go back for a second. Let's talk about the cover for a second. I rated the cover quality as poor, and it's sort of poor maybe in getting into the average. And the reason why I didn't really like it, again, this may not show up on video, but the cover has all these lines in it. Like when you kind of stop and look at the picture looks generally pretty good, but you see a lot of lines in the printing. Now, on the plus side, it does have spine printing, so that was actually pretty cool. I liked having the spine printing, but you can't get anything printed on the back. And then there's also this barcode, which I wasn't too fond of. The other thing about this cover, I don't know if it's the finish or what, but the finish on this, it just picks up kind of junk. Like it's, I don't know, I just really didn't like this finish all that much. But the real kicker for me that kind of put it in the poor category of cover was just the quality of the actual printing on the cover. Now, on the plus side, the paper quality, I rated it as excellent. The paper they use is really thick and really, really nice. Like I really, really, truly liked the paper. Unfortunately, getting into the actual print quality, I rated the print quality as poor. It was maybe a little bit close to average, but frankly, I bumped it down into poor for kind of 2 reasons. The first one is that although the print quality in this book was better than the print quality in that smaller book that I showed you earlier in this video. The print quality in this book was just not great. When you look at the images, you see a lot of those lines again. And so whatever sort of printing press Artscow is using, it seems like it's really inferior to whatever the printing press is that all the other book companies use. I mean, when you look at the printing in this book and you compare it to any other book that I got done, this is definitely at the bottom of the heap. So Artscow, unfortunately, just doesn't do a really good job when it comes to printing, which is a bit of a shame because even though they do a little bit of trickery, you know, with their shipping charges, their prices are actually quite reasonable. Although for this book, now this isn't exactly apples to apples. This book was 60 pages, hardcover with the custom cover. From Artscow, it would have cost $64.99. Okay, which is on par with the other books. But of course, this is a 12 by 12, so you're actually getting a much bigger book. So in terms of bang for the buck, Artscow, you do get, you know, a lot of kind of value for your dollar, but when you factor in the print quality, the overall value of your project, I would say, has to kind of drop. So although I did like the paper quality, the print quality wasn't great, and so I gave Artscow an overall quality rating of poor, and I frankly wouldn't really use them for anything in the future.